This is the Parrot Anafi, and it was the original lightweight consumer drone. That was up until recently before the Mavic Mini was released. Both of these have a similar price point, both of them have similar specifications, so which should you buy? I'm gonna give you my summarized thoughts and opinions on these two drones, so stick around. Guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Original Dobo, and if I haven't told you already, huge thank you to all the new subscribers and all my existing subscribers. We have officially made it past 18,000 subscribers, which is incredible. I can't thank you enough for all the support. All right, today we're talking about these two drones, the Parrot Anafi, the Mavic Mini. I've had both of them for a little bit now. I've had this one a lot longer. The Parrot Anafi I've had for probably a couple of months. I just haven't made any videos on it. I've just sort of been silently flying it and just enjoying it. The Mavic Mini obviously is the one that's taken all the limelight, and this is probably the 1,000th video you're going to see on the Mavic Mini, but I promise it's going to be worth it if you are in the market for a new drone this season. So both of these drones, like I said, are very similar. They both operate over a Wi-Fi connection. They both have compact sensors. Neither one of them have any sort of obstacle avoidance. They both sport similar prop designs, and they are both incredibly light, 320 grams, 249 grams. Yes, you still have to register this drone. No, you don't have to register this drone. Okay, let's get into some differences here. Geofencing, no geofencing. 4K, no 4K. 30 minutes of flight time, about 17 minutes of flight time. 3-axis gimbal, 2-axis gimbal with stabilization, 12 megapixel camera, and we have a 21 megapixel camera with lossless zoom, which is pretty cool. So those are some of the stark differences and similarities between these two drones, but which would you buy? Well, if you don't want to take in any more of this video, I'll just tell you right away to buy the Mavic Mini. It is going to be the better purchase. It is also going to be a little bit more future-proof. There's also a better value right at acquisition over the Parrot Anafi. The Parrot Anafi is also over a year old, and at a $599 average price tag, it's becoming a harder recommendation. Now you can find this drone at some cheaper price points. I did get the Fly More combo with this. I don't know if they call it a Fly More combo, but that's what I got. 3 batteries, the controller, a case, and spare props. So some things that I love about the Parrot Anafi is that it is really fun to fly. You can set this to where it can make bank turns, fly in FPV mode, and it just acts and responds totally different than any other drone that I have. It also has sort of a coolness factor in just the way it looks. It doesn't look like your average drone. It's been said before that this sort of resembles some sort of insect, and it really does. It's just a neat drone. It's also very quiet and unobtrusive, and a lot of people will really appreciate that. Battery life, like I said, is about 17 minutes, which is pretty darn decent. And it also folds up pretty small to where it's easy to travel with if you were looking to travel with it. The Mavic Mini as well, great battery life, 30 minutes of battery life out of this little thing, which is incredible. And it folds up to where you can literally fit it into your pocket. Fits a little bit easier into your pocket than the Parrot Anafi. So yeah, but this is such a cool little drone. It's tiny. No, it does not have 4K, but the 2.7K I think is more than adequate. And I did some video comparison tests, and I'm gonna put those up on the screen here in a moment so you can take a look at those and get a good idea of which does what. Now the controllers on both of these drones are very different, and it's going to be personal preference as to which one you like more. Honestly, I love the Anafi controller. I feel like it feels really comfortable in the hand. I like that I could just flip it up, it turns on automatically, connect my phone, and off we go. The Mavic Mini controller is a little bit more fiddly, as you have to connect these sticks each time if you're traveling with it, and you have to like finagle getting your phone plugged into there. Not a big deal, but it just doesn't feel the same as the Anafi controller. And because of that, I really do like the Anafi's controller. Overall flight characteristics and the app, I got to give it to the Mavic Mini. The Mavic Mini's app is so clear and so concise that an idiot can use it, and that is really impressive. The Parrot app is a little bit more detailed. There's a lot more configurations and different settings that you can really dial in and make it your own. And if you are a new flyer, you may find that a little bit overwhelming. Now, Parrot does give you a little bit more bang for your buck in the configurations department, as you can choose 4K, different resolutions. You can also manually control the camera. There are also different photo modes as well. So if you've seen any video or review on the Parrot Anafi, you'll know all about that. And I would highly suggest you check out some of those detailed videos, because we're not going to go through all that in this video. The Mavic Mini is a little bit more dumbed down. It's just meant really for automatic shooting. I mean, what more is there to say? And it does really well at things automatically at that. There are some flight modes, but there's not as many as you will find on the Parrot. But that's okay, because what the Mavic Mini does, it does it really, really well. And with DJI's support, it just feels very familiar and easy to use. I actually let my aunt fly this yesterday. She's never flown a drone ever. And I didn't have any fear with her with the Mavic Mini. So that was pretty cool. As to where the Parrot Anafi, I noticed that the break-in on this isn't quite as smooth as the Mavic Mini. I can stop this on a dime. This lingers on a little bit, and because of that, it scares me at times, but it is really fun to fly. So I'm gonna throw up some comparison footage on the screen here so you can see the difference between the dynamic range on both of these drones. Okay, so after looking over the footage, I will tell you that the Parrot Anafi was shot in its highest resolution of 4K 24 frames per second, and the Mavic Mini was shot in 2.7K at 25 frames per second. And I matched up the footage so they are both equal at 24 frames. I will say that I feel like the HDR is so much better on the Parrot Anafi, but it's not quite enough that would make me spend the extra money for the Anafi over the Mavic Mini. I think that this is a little bit more robust of a drone as far as durability goes, and just overall size and support. Plus it's newer, so you're going to get longer software updates than you would with the Parrot Anafi. That and the fact that you don't have to register this little guy is a big plus in a lot of different countries. Plus people here in the States, they just don't want to spend the $5. I don't know why. And yeah, anyways, I won't go too far into that, but just this did really well in the right lighting conditions. And that's really what it's all about, is if you are shooting in the right lighting conditions. Like today was a great, beautiful day. Both of these looked equally as well, and I think the photos looked great as well. One benefit to the Parrot Anafi is the fact that you are going to get raw photo capture. So if you like to push your colors in post, you can do that more with the Parrot Anafi than you could with the Mavic Mini. But those are just some of the key differences. But even with all that being said, because of the price point of this and how long it's been out, it's really hard for me to recommend this. Also, I found that the Wi-Fi connection wasn't as good as the Mavic Minis. I just feel like the connection on the Mini is so much better than the Anafi. And the fact that I don't like when I'm taking photos that the screen just sort of like goes black or just stops showing me the live view, as to where this doesn't when I'm taking a photo. That always freaks me out with this. But guys, that's my thoughts on these two drones. I don't think you can really go wrong if you're an Anafi fan. The Anafi can definitely be a great choice. There are a lot more things for the advanced user than the Mavic Mini, but it's really, really hard to argue this price. We do finally have both of these drones in stock on DroneWorks. Today's Black Friday by the time you're seeing this video, and there are specials running up there, so be sure to check that out and let them know Original Dobo sent you. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope everybody had a great holiday, and as always, stay original.